This is the EXI 250, and do a little review of it here. One of the things I'd say about this kit, it's very small and compact. It has all metal head and swash, and the frames are all carbon fiber, aluminum boom, carbon fiber fins, and on the tail, on the grips here, it's all metal. The EXI 250 comes with much smaller fasteners. The nice thing is that it comes with these little tools here. Here's a fine Phillips head, and it's a fine Torx, and then a really fine looking hex driver. So it comes with all the tools to work those fasteners off the helicopter. What I like to say is that half of these fasteners were Loctited in and the other half weren't. When you're using these tools, and typically you're going to use the Torx here, when you're you want to check all of the metal to metal screws. If you can loosen them up, take them out, put some blue Loctite on it, and put it back, because a lot of the fasteners in here are so loose that if you were to fly it, probably on the second or third flight, it would work its way out and then pop. There goes your helicopter into the ground. So just like the rest of the EXI ARF kits, you have to pull all the metal to metal fasteners, check it for Loctite, and put them back in. Once again, if it's tight to come off, don't force it, because you're probably going to break it. The ARF kit comes with these plastic blades. They're pretty flexy. Okay, I would suggest that you not really fly with it unless you want to just maiden with it just to check it out. I've got these fiberglass blades that X-Healy and Hobby Parts also sell. These seem to do pretty good on it. I've got a pair of carbon fiber blades too. I haven't yet to try out, but these fiberglass blades for these 2 to 5 millimeter blades do really well. Here I'll remove the canopy, and here I have a 3-cell 800 milliamp hour battery that fits on there pretty nice. Depending upon how forward you set the CG, if you try to move this battery too far forward, then the canopy is going to be a little bit harder to fit, but I found that I can get it just right and get the CG pretty much dead even. The EXI 250 uses standard size 9-gram servos, so the same size servos you use on the 450s actually do well in this helicopter. It's fitted nice. You don't have to do any cutting or anything like that. I would suggest that in addition to the fasteners that they give you for the mounting of the servos, that you add some washers on there. You may need to add some nuts. Being such that it's such a small helicopter, the electronics are quite a bit tighter of a fit. I've got a Spectrum receiver under there. I've got the gyro right over there, and I elected to put my speed controller underneath. It seemed to fit a little bit nicer. I ended up getting a 25 amp, which is kind of overkill, speed controller, a Volcano. It just happened to be a couple bucks cheaper than the 18 amp. Plus I've got the added security of not having to worry about running that over. On the inside on the motor, I've got a Turnigi 3800 RPM motor. This will fly sort of sport hovering with an 11T pinion. It'll do much better with a 12 or a 13T pinion. Right now I've been running the 11T with a flat curve, and it seemed to do okay. It's not as much pop as it should have. Probably more RPMs would be a lot better. With the 11T, I'm getting around 4,000, 4,100 RPMs. I would probably suggest, if you want more aerobatics to it, 3D, that you're likely to want something in the neighborhood of 4,500 RPMs on the head, which for this particular motor would be like a 12 or a 13T pinion, then adjust your curves from there. One final note I'll say is that this is one particular helicopter that I think if you're going to do some harder 3D with it, some flips and such, that this is one helicopter that you do not want to skimp on the tail electronic. But even though it's light, the thing that you have to contend with is the wind, so it really demands tighter tail control. Once again, you can put the basic 9G servos in here, but you want to spend money for your electronics on that tail to keep that tight from wagging around when you're doing the harder 3D maneuvers.